gracious good day once again to one and all. 'Tis I, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. Back with you once again for episode number 115 of Emperor Norton's fantastic history log. Today is August 11, 2020, our 147th day under COVID-19 restrictions. Let's begin with a little bit of housekeeping this morning. A couple things. First of all, we have decided to make our Tuesday vlog catch-up day again. We'll get caught up for the weekend and Monday as well. And so we're not going to do every single story, so let's just call it a catch-up packet day. That's very good. Also, we normally talk about donations at the end of the vlog, but it's become imperative that we must come before you to seek assistance. Our weekly stipend from the federal government ran out as of July 31st, and our income has been reduced by 2/3. So we are coming before you to ask for donations. You can sign up on Patreon to make a small monthly donation or make a one-time donation via PayPal. We greatly appreciate it. It's going to help us get through this time. Hopefully the powers that be will come together at some point to help those of us who are really going to be hurting out here. So write your member of Congress, your senator, and ask them to please get on the ball and take action. Well, enough of that. Now we come to our national days. We'll start with August 8th, International Cat Day. So hope you played with your kitties. National Garage Sale Day as well. August 11th is Play in the Sand Day, Son and Daughter Day, National Raspberry Day, and Presidential Joke Day. You fill in the blanks. Our Florida man story for today. Florida man wrecks liquor shop, blames hookah smoking caterpillar. Go ask Alice. For our San Francisco stories today, for a couple of them, we are relying on John Ralston's wonderful book, This Date in San Francisco, but not all of them. We discovered some other items we want to include as well. Because it was on August 10th, 1904, that A.P. Giannini founded the Bank of Italy at the corner of Montgomery and Jackson. That was the one that burned down in 1906, but Giannini had the foresight to take his money out of the safe on a vegetable cart down to his home down the peninsula. All the other bankers left their money in their safes thinking that was okay. They didn't count on the fire. Superheating the safes, they would not be able to open them for months. There was no money to loan except Giannini. He came back after the fires ended, set up in front of his former location on 2 barrels and 2 planks, and loaned the money to rebuild San Francisco with just a signature. He would later build his second Bank of Italy location at Montgomery and Clay. It's still there to this day, and now it's a men's haberdashery, a wonderful men's haberdashery, called Wingtip, and the old safe is their cigar humidor, and that's where we buy our cigars. Great place, beautiful inside. If you've never seen it, stop in. I don't think they're open at the moment, though, but when things open up again, it's right by the Trans-America Pyramid. 1973, the first BART train travels through the Transbay Tube to Montgomery Station. Now, the tube was also my idea, and some say that it should be named for me, and we would not pass that up, certainly. If we can't get the bridge, the tube will do. Of course, that was a test run back then. Let's move on to August 11, 1917. The J Church line for the Municipal Railroad of San Francisco starts running. First train is piloted, is that the right word, by Mayor Sonny Jim Rolfe. Opens up the south end of the city, running all the way to Van Ness. It still runs to this day and is one of the least reliable lines in the entire city. It's very convenient to the Imperial Palace, but you can stand there waiting for 20, 30 minutes for a train to come by. need to work on it. They keep saying they are, but haven't seen it happen. And it was also on on August 11, well, that is this day, yes, in 1934 that the first federal prisoners arrived at Alcatraz Island in the San Francisco Bay, formerly a military prison, then became a federal penitentiary until 1962. Let's get on to our other history for today, August 8th beginning. 1974, U.S. President Richard Nixon becomes the first president to resign, and he resigns at 12 p.m. the next day. August 9th, 1854, writer Henry David Thoreau publishes Walden. 1945, on that date, the U.S. drops the second atomic bomb, Fat Man, on Nagasaki, destroying part of the city. 1969, August 9th, the Manson family, over 2 nights, commits the Tate LaBianca murders. Those killed include Sharon Tate, Jay Sebring, Wojciech Frykowski, Stephen Parent, Abigail Folger, and Lino and Rosemary LaBianca. Moving on to August 10th, 1675, King Charles II and John Flamsteed lay the foundation stone of the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. 1776, the American Revolutionary War. Word of the United States Declaration of Independence reaches London. I don't imagine they took that very well. 1835, a mob of whites and oxen pulled a black school to a swamp out of Canaan, New Hampshire. Indeed. 1846, a U.S. Act of Congress passes establishing the Smithsonian Institution. 1893, the Chinese deported from San Francisco under the Exclusion Act. 1993, Ruth Bader Ginsburg sworn in as U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Stay healthy, Ruth. We need you. August 11, 1888, the California Theater at 444 Bush Street is closed. There's a plaque commemorating that. 1919, the Weimar Republic begins in Germany. 1965, the Watts riots begin in southeast Los Angeles and last 6 days. And 1984, I forgot to say his last 3 items were from August 11. I think I did. But anyway, 1984, during a radio voice test, U.S. President Ronald Reagan jokes he signed legislation that would outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. We dodged that bullet, thank goodness. Let's move on to our births, starting with August 8th, 1879. Dr. Bob Smith, American physician and co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. 1879, Emilio Zapata and 1919 movie producer Dino De Laurentiis. 1922, Rudy Gernrich, a designer, first woman's topless bathing suit, the miniskirt, and was a co-founder of the Mattachine Society, one of the earliest LGBT rights organizations. Left out Q, sorry. 1923, Esther Williams. 1937, one of our favorite actors, Dustin Hoffman. 1951, Randy Schultz, journalist originally with the San Francisco Chronicle, wrote 3 wonderful books, The Mayor of Castro Street, about Harvey Milk, and The Band Played On, about the AIDS pandemic. Both are wonderful books, and his last book, unfortunately, because he passed away, was Conduct Unbecoming, about gays and lesbians in the military. All great books. Highly recommend every single one of them. August 9, 1930, the birth date of Betty Boop. Boop, boop, ba-doop. 1944, Smokey the Bear. He was named after a New York City fireman, Smokey Joe Martin. We didn't know that, did you? August 10, 1874, President Hoover. Oh, I almost did the blooper that was so famous. They call him Hoover Heaver. Almost reenacted that. Herbert Hoover, the 31st President of the United States. 1928, actor Eddie Fisher, father of Carrie Fisher. 1928 as well, Jimmy Dean, country singer, of course, Jimmy Dean pork sausage. Messing up today, sorry. 1943, Ronnie Spector. Aren't you glad you got out of that marriage? And 1947, Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull. Are you thick as a brick? Moving on to August 11, 1920, Mike Douglas, who will be coming back to. Gee, we wish we had his set. Seinfeld fans will get that. 1921, Alex Haley, American writer, autobiography of Malcolm X, and of course, Roots. 1950, The Woz, Steve Wozniak. We are a dedicated Apple user since 1990. Proud of it. And 1953, Hulk Hogan. Wasn't he the governor of Minnesota at one time? Or am I getting confused with another former wrestler? I think he was, yes indeed. No, that was Jesse Ventura. Sorry, Jesse. Don't come after me. Let's get on to our deaths today. 1984, August 8th. Richard Deacon played Mel Cooley on the Dick Van Dyke Show. An incredible cook, too. I have his cookbook somewhere. I don't know where. August 9, 1962, Hermann Hesse, writer of Steppenwolf, won the Nobel Prize. 1946, Siddhartha, among his works. And 1988, Alan Napier played Alfred the Butler on the Batman TV show. Moving on to August 10, 1945, Robert Goddard, the American rocket pioneer, invented and built the first liquid-fueled rocket. August 11, 1919, Andrew Carnegie, industrialist, steel tycoon, philanthropist, one of the richest Americans ever. 1937, Edith Wharton Jones, U.S. Pulitzer Prize winning author, House of Mirth. And 1965, Jackson Pollock, the drip painter. 2006, Mike Douglas, again, died on his birthday. I always think it's an odd coincidence when that happens. But yes, he did indeed die on his birthday. Well, that wraps it up for today's edition. We got a lot in, didn't we? Until we see you again, stay safe, stay inside, stay healthy. If you do go outside, wear a damn mask. I don't know if you saw that big motorcycle rally this weekend, 250,000 people in a small town. There's actually going to be a lot of motorcycles for sale in the next 6 weeks or so. Don't take unproven cures. Please, please, please be kind to one another. We see so much cruelty and entitlement out there these days. A lot of our problems would be cleared up if we could just see the other person's point of view and just be nicer to each other. Until we see you again, a gracious good day.